So you've been following all of the advice. You have researched your niche. You know what's working for other creators in your niche. Your titles are engaging. Your thumbnails jump off the homepage, but you're still getting barely any views. What gives? Why doesn't the advice work? It's working for other creators. Why not you? First, know this, you're not alone. This happens to creators all the time. And I think it's probably one of the big reasons why some creators quit and others keep going. The ones that figure this out, the ones that are able to get past this particular hurdle are the ones that go on to become successful. And I think it comes down to one thing. A lot of YouTube channels will talk about how the most important thing is packaging. And that is really important. If your video doesn't have a good title and doesn't have a great thumbnail, then no one's going to click on it. But if you've already got that kind of down, you've definitely got good titles and you've definitely got good thumbnails, you're getting clicks, you're getting people watching your videos. They're not sticking around for very long, or your videos might have a nice initial sort of spike where, you get a bunch of views initially, but then day 2, day 3, they sort of start to die off and you're not getting any more views. There is a reason for it. I think the reason for it is quite specific. And before we get to answering that, I want to talk about something that's definitely related. And for anyone that's watched any of my videos before, you might be sort of thinking, well, that this video is a little different. And that is absolutely true. Part of the reason why this video is different is an answer to that question. See, I've been making videos now for about a month and a half. This is actually my 20th video on the channel. And I've had some videos that took off. And, for a new channel that's only a month and a half old, I kind of think, having a couple of videos with 200-300 views is not bad. Then I've had other videos that I've worked really hard on that have only had like less than 10 views or maybe 20 or 30 views. And the thing is, I don't believe that the content in them is bad. I think the content in them is good. I think the information that I have been putting into those videos is good and worthwhile and important for new creators to hear. But I think I missed something. I think I made a fundamental mistake that so many creators make. And I'm hoping that this video is the answer to that problem. And I think it is. I think it is. It may not happen this video, but I think the change that I am implementing will create growth and will mean that more people watch and stay watching. And that change, a lot of people you will hear call it authenticity. Just to be clear, that's not saying that the previous videos that I've made were not authentic. I spent hours writing scripts and creating the content and then sitting down and recording it, editing it and putting it all together and then uploading it. It's very much authentic. The thing that's different between this video and those videos is I don't have a script. I am on my own here. I am winging it, but I still have the knowledge. I know what it is that I have to say, but instead of reading it off a script in a robotic, anybody can kind of do this way, I am delivering it in my own voice, in my own way, with my own mannerisms and inflections and facial expressions. Instead of sitting here being so focused on getting the specific words read in the right order, which has been a challenge, I'm able to just say what needs to be said in my own way. And I think that's the thing that a lot of creators in the early stages might get wrong. Now, I know not everybody sits there with a teleprompter and a script and reads it like that. I'm not saying that specifically is the problem. Some people can read off a script, and I hope to myself be able to do it in a way that I can still be this version of me in the future. But I think the problem with a lot of videos from creators in the early stages, when they are hitting that, their content is good. There are people watching. Their audience is out there. The audience wants to see what they're doing, but they kind of fall off because literally anybody could be delivering that information. Literally anybody could deliver the information. Information is out there. If you want it, you can find it. Anybody can say the words. But what makes it special for individual creators is their own experience with that information, how they interpret that internally. And to give you an example, I used to work as a teacher many years ago. I used to work as a teacher, and I used to teach film and TV production. So my job day to day was teaching students how to use video cameras, how to white balance, how to set up a tripod, set up lights, all of the technical things. Now, literally anybody could deliver that information. You know, we had a lesson plan that had everything kind of listed out that had to be taught. So anybody could pick up that piece of paper and start delivering that lesson. But what made that lesson special, what made that lesson different when I delivered it to when somebody else delivered it, was that personal experience, that personal knowledge that we had as individuals that the other person didn't. They might have had a different set of experiences and a different set of knowledge around that thing. But each and every person that delivered that material had their own style of delivering it and their own knowledge around delivering it. So when I taught a student how to turn on a camera and white balance and how to set up a shot, even though there were very technical things around how to do those, like switching on the camera, yes, it's a switch, but setting up a shot with the rule of thirds and all of those sort of things, very, very technical. But the personal experience, the times that I had done it myself and the mistakes that I'd made while I'd been doing it, those little lessons, those little bits of information, they weren't on the page of the lesson plan. They came from me. And it's what made the lesson unique to me. Anybody can deliver it. But in that classroom, the information that was delivered by me in my own way with my experience guiding what I was saying. So often, I even remember it from when I was a student. The information that we were taught, I don't remember as much as the teacher that taught it. The teacher, the person who taught me as a student, is a bigger part of my memory than any of the things that they taught me. And I think that's what's been missing from this channel. And I think it's what's been missing from so many other new channels is it's very easy to take a bunch of information and read it out. Having their personality injected into that content and having their own experiences interwoven into it as part of the lesson is what makes the content truly stick and truly resonate with the person watching it. Like, again, I don't know if you've seen any of my videos before, but if you haven't, a couple of my very first videos explained my situation. And my situation is that I had been working for many, many years, but I'd been working at this one company for 10 years and I lost my job. I'd been working as a video editor for years and losing my job was devastating. Really, really devastating to my mental health, to who I thought I was as a person. And along with that, a few months later, my marriage fell apart and I'm still struggling with that today. But in the grand scheme of things, where I am today is where a lot of, I assume, you are. If this video is landing with the right people, I assume you're in a similar position. You're either sick of the job that you have, or you realize that it's unfulfilling and that it's not going to lead anywhere. You want to be your own boss. You want to have and define what your life is. And you also want to be in control of that, the financial aspect and element of your life. And you know that working for somebody is not necessarily going to fulfill that. Initially, those first videos that I made where I told that story, they did surprisingly well. I didn't think they would do as well. They were very much a personal story. But I think injecting that individuality into those videos is what actually made them resonate even more. I know that I'm not the only person that feels the way I do about life at the moment. I know I'm not the only person that wants a massive change, wants to transform their life from working 9 to 5 to being able to sort of set their own work hours and help people. Like, I want to help people. I want to help people who feel stuck and in the same situation that I'm in. I want to help them get out of that and live a better and happier life. I want that for me, and I want that for you. If that's what I can achieve with this channel, which is what I want to achieve with this channel, then I'm happy. It's not about the being a YouTube millionaire. Not at all. Not at all. I certainly want to make enough money that I can pay my bills and pay a mortgage and still, live. But at the end of the day, I just want to help people who feel stuck get unstuck. Because for years and years and years, I have felt stuck, and I had always wished that someone would be able to help me get unstuck. And again, this is where it all comes back to that authenticity, that injecting of yourself into your content. Because you can watch 100 YouTubers all spouting the same information, the same advice, great titles, great thumbnails, add value to your content. But the thing that makes your content different to everybody else's is you. So the most important thing to inject into your content, it's the part of you that no one else can replicate. It's what makes you the person to deliver that information. And it's what makes you the person that people want to watch and listen as they deliver that information. You can get that information from anybody. For the most part, it is pretty generic information. But being able to watch somebody who has been there, has done it, and maybe not even that much earlier than you. Like, this channel is relatively new. This channel, at the moment of this video going up, this is the 20th video on a channel with 50 subscribers and, a couple of videos that have hit 200-300-ish views. This is a relatively small channel. I'm not blind to that. I know I'm at the very beginning of a very long journey. But I also know that there are a lot of people who are either right here with me or a little bit behind, who need that little bit of encouragement to keep going. Because I sure as hell know that I need it. I've needed it. As a creator with a relatively new channel, I know that you can often feel lost. You can often feel like you're doing all the right things, but you're not getting anywhere. And I think if you're watching this right now, it's because you feel the same way. It's because you yourself have felt stuck and like you've done all the right things and you're struggling to get any momentum or any movement. But the fact is, you will, but you might have to change. You might have to change how you deliver your content. You might have to inject more of you into that content so that the viewer at the other end sees something different when they watch. Because, like I said, they can see the same thing done by 1,000 other YouTubers. But when they watch you, they're watching it not just for what you're saying, but for you. As much as lots of creators will tell you that nobody cares about you at the start, that's true. Nobody cares about you at the start. They don't want to hear stories about, how you went to the park today or you went to the supermarket today. They don't care about that. What they do care about is what you can do for them. And the way that you're able to do that for them is by your own personal experience in the thing that they are struggling with. Right now, you might be stuck. You might be following all of that advice. You might be doing all the things. You've got great titles, great thumbnails. Everything you're doing is what you've been told to do, and you're doing it well. Now it's time to look at what you're doing in your videos. Are you delivering that information in a way that only you could do it? If there was 100 videos on their screen and they could pick only one, what would make them pick your video? It's not about a fancy thumbnail or a great title. What's the thing that you're putting into your videos, into your content, that makes it stand out from everybody else. Again, great titles and fancy thumbnails are going to get you noticed. They're going to get that first click. But to stick around, to get your audience to stick around and keep watching, there has to be something in the way in which you deliver your content that makes them want to stick around. And I think that is the key. That is the thing that at the end of the day, if you take away just one thing from this video, it is inject yourself into the content. Get expressive with the way that you deliver it. Don't hold back. Because sitting there in front of a camera just saying the words like this is really kind of boring. But, throwing yourself in there and really giving it everything you've got and letting the person know at the other end that you are serious about delivering this material and you're passionate about it and you want them to succeed. That's what's going to get your video over the line. That's what's going to get it lots of views. And that's what's going to get people wanting to come back week after week to watch your videos. Because you're passionate about what you're talking about and you're not afraid to be passionate about it. And you're not afraid to put yourself into your content. If you're ever struggling and you're ever finding it difficult, let me know. Reach out. I want to help everyone because I truly believe that there is a place on this platform for everybody and that everybody has a unique voice and a unique story to tell. My hope is that after watching this video, you will be able to reassess the videos that you've been making and inject more of your individuality, more of your personality into those videos and create something that really resonates with your audience and that you start seeing the growth that you've been wanting for so long. I truly wish you the best of luck. So hopefully I haven't scared you off after this video and you're willing to stick around and see what's coming next. If you are, hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any videos that I do upload. Let me know in the comments below any roadblocks that you've hit and what you've done to overcome them. And let me know of your triumphs as well, where you've succeeded and what you're proud of. I'd love to hear from you. And just knowing that something that I might have said has helped you means the world to me. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.